we've got controversy. Everybody, ring. I can't believe it. Obama's done it again. He's shown respect to a foreign leader. Oh, look at this. Oh, he bowed down to the Japanese Emperor Akihito. How dare he actually follow the customs of that country and show respect in a way that almost everyone does. This is so dispiriting. This is not the man I voted for. I didn't know he would be making body movements like this. Well, as you can imagine, there's a frenzy in the right wing. First, we're going to get word on this from a detached, neutral commentator that Fox News has found. His name is Karl Rove. So let's hear what he has to say about it. Let's go to clip number 12.
All right, Carl, also during this Asian trip, the President of the United States had a very deep bow toward the Emperor of Japan. You know, this is a long-standing precedent going back to the founding of the Republicans. American presidents don't bow to anybody, but the president, there he is bowing. He bowed to King Abdullah earlier in the year as well. The administration said, look, it's just protocol. It's one of those things they do. You've been in an administration where a president has faced, there's Abdullah right there, going down. Why doesn't when you look at this, what do you think?
I think it was inappropriate. Look, you made a slight nod of the head, perhaps, to the Japanese emperor, though. What's that all about? I mean, he's not even the head of state. But that deep bow for the waist, actually, in the Japanese culture bespeaks weakness. and look, the president of the United States simply can't get it right. I mean, it's a worldwide apology tour. We're sorry, we're wrong. And incidentally, I'm going to bow deeply to the waist to the once divine Japanese Japanese monarchy. I just don't get it. I mean, in England they didn't bow, but they bow there. They bowed to the Saudi, but will they bow to the king, to the Queen of Netherlands? Please get this thing right. I think it's best if American presidents do what they have always done, which is stand for our small r Republican values and do not bow to monarchy.
Yes, I mean, it was a bow down to the waist. How could you, Obama? How could you betray us like this? Well, unsurprisingly, Japan has just taken Louisiana. Because once you do that, obviously you're just going to start giving away parts of the country. Abdullah's, negotiating over New Mexico because of the earlier bow. So you can see this has tremendous policy implications. Earlier, Fox News had criticized Obama for the way that he ate his hamburger. Apparently, you're not supposed to put mustard on it if you're a real American, according to Sean Hannity. Okay, so we have Mustardgate, now we have Bowgate, and I like the way that, was it Steve Ducey over there going, look at him going down. Very clever, Steve. And Karl Rove found this deeply inappropriate. But it's true. And I love what he said there. He's like, well, maybe a little nod of the head, Can't you just see Bush doing it? Hey, Emperor Toyota. How you doing, Mr. Honda? It's good to see you. What's the chances that Bush would have gotten Akihito right? Mr. Hito Puto, it's great to see you. No, of course, what Bush did when he saw the emperor is he slapped him in the face. He said, yeah, take that, huh? And you try me again. I'll do Hiroshima one more time. You want another Nagasaki? Okay, look, the guy's doing diplomacy. How does it hurt anybody if he's respectful? And he says, hey, how you doing? Yeah, stick to the line. Bowing down to the waist. Now, look, if you think these things are serious and you think this is how you should judge a president, well, I got two things for you. One, okay, go ahead and vote for Republicans who don't respect anyone or anyone else's culture. How about it, okay? Number two, oh, no, wait, you can't do that. Because remember how Bush respected Saudi culture by walking hand in hand with the leader of Saudi Arabia, who is also a monarch, in Crawford. Remember how they walked around and they held hands like little teenage girls? And later they tongue kissed? You remember that? Okay. Dave, if you can pull up the pictures in a little bit, we'll share that with you guys. What happened there? Oh, no, that was just a tough man from Crawford. He's a... Oh, what is this? And did you know that an American president has never held another man's hand before? Another world leader's hand like that? Or made out with a dude with a goatee? Or a headdress? Never done before, Bush. I don't know where you're going to turn. Because, I mean, if Bush is showing respect like that, and then some, and Obama is, who do we vote for, man? Can we find a barbarian who would never do this? Oh, yes, we can. Yes, we can. For that, we move to the next Fox News clip with Liz Cheney, clip number 11.
The internet is abuzz today with this picture. Take a look. It is a picture of the President of the United States bowing to the Emperor of Japan during his trip to Asia. By way of comparison, when Vice President Cheney met the Emperor in 2007, no bow.
Yes!
Bill Kristol, what do you make of Bowgate?
Sarah Palin would not have bowed to the Emperor of Japan. She wouldn't even have curtsied to him, you know. Nor should we have an Attorney General who is taking the extremely risky move of bringing Khalid Sheikh Mohammed to New York. Well, I don't know. I mean,
you could also look at the comparison and think Cheney 2012.
Yeah.
Oh, really? How far do you want to go with that?
Well, you know, the bow.
Wait a minute.
Make news. Let Liz make news. Okay. Cheney, Palin. Anyway.
Or Palin Cheney. Don't be sexist.
I met the Emperor when I was Vice President Quayle's Chief of Staff. We went over just after he was actually.
Did you bow?
No. And the Vice President didn't, and we weren't told by the embassy to. And I bet if you look at pictures of world leaders over 20 years meeting the Emperor in Japan, they don't bow. I don't know why President Obama thought that was appropriate. Maybe he thought it would play well in Japan, but it's not appropriate for an American president to bow to a foreign monarch.
All right. Of course, you're going to be shocked to find out that what he said isn't true. Okay. We did find pictures of world leaders. Unfortunately, they're not downloadable. But it was mixed. Like, for example, a former Prime Minister of Germany, Schroeder, did not bow. Okay. But Evo Morales he's a commie, you know, from Bolivia, so he doesn't count. He's always respectful to other people. He cares about other people. And then you had Maria Soares of Portugal. He bowed down. And the list goes on. And all the pictures were honestly about 50-50 of people who did and people who didn't. So obviously it's a tradition, it's a custom, but apparently it's not absolutely necessary. They won't be deeply offended if you do, I suppose. So it's a bit optional. You know who had the stiffest pose of all, even more than Dick Cheney? The very last picture? And you can find it on Politico.com. Al Gore. I mean, he was like a wooden statue. He's like, I will not bow. Except I'm sure it didn't even go through his mind. He was just shaking his hand. And it depends on how you take the picture, too. Come on, this is all ridiculous. But the internet is abuzz with it. A buzz.
Watch more clips at theyoungturks.com.